Now, economic analysts have endorsed the new government's decision to explore additional funding from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, calling it a prudent move. The Finance Minister-designate Dr. Kesel Atuforsen recently indicated that the administration is considering seeking extra IMF support to stabilize the economy. This report I put together delves into the perspectives of economic experts on this development. In 2023, Ghana defaulted on its debt obligations, forcing the country to secure a $3 billion bailout package from the IMF to stabilize its ailing economy. The previous Akufo-Addo administration, which had vowed never to return to the fund, faced widespread criticism for this decision. The backlash was compounded by the aggressive debt restructuring that followed, causing millions to lose their investments. The newly elected Mahama-led government has signaled its intent to seek additional financial support from the IMF to cushion the economy. Economist and professor of finance at the University of Ghana, Professor Godfred Bokpin, shares his insights on the matter.
I would say it's a smart move, even though it is not that popular in Ghana to say you are looking for more loans or assistance from the IMF and the World Bank. But where we find ourselves, I think we don't have many options on the table immediately. Our gross financing needs in 2024 alone is over 54 billion cedis. Out of these 54 billion cedis, it is just 15 billion cedis that is coming from external support, coming from the IMF and the World Bank. So it means that we have a whopping 39 billion cedis that must be financed from the domestic market in terms of the short end of the yield curve. So what it means is that this is putting pressure on the short end of the yield curve, and this is not sustainable going forward. So I think the proposition is that if we're able to get more concessionary funding in the absence of access to the international capital market and then long-term funding, even from the domestic market, then there are very limited options for turning around our balance sheet.
For his part, Professor Patrick Isumin, an economist, also shares his perspective on the issue.
The discussion with the IMF, the government, the incoming administration has signaled that they are going to have a discussion with the IMF. And I think that discussion is going to be very important. But, the fiscal side, the revenue mobilization, and also the debt management, because that's been a big problem in the last few years. So I think juggling, trying to, remove some taxes to make the business environment more friendly, we're having to raise more revenue because there's literally no fiscal space at all. The incoming administration has to raise revenue to spend.
The coming days will determine whether or not the new government will go back to the IMF for a renegotiation of Ghana's deal. Reporting for CNL Business, my name is Nashika Caesar.